That's on this. That's on this. Yes, we made it.
Yay!
All right, here's the episode. We're done. Thanks for coming.
When was the last time we recorded? March?
Jesus, I don't know.
It's
You know what I
always
was listening to
flying
today,
by.
though? Was our very first episode
Oh God,
ever.
no, I couldn't do that. I don't
Oh
think I
my
could.
God, don't do it.
No, I don't want
We
to
are not
listen.
those people anymore.
Oh, hopefully people grew with us. And oh my God, could you imagine the people that find us and listen to episode one now and are like, oh God,
You know what one of your goals were?
no, I don't want to know.
You wanted 5 people to use your audio on TikTok.
You know what? I don't think five people have used my audio, but I had an insane amount of people stitch my eyebrow video, and that
Yes.
happened. So you know what? That happened.
It was before like you hit millions of views on anything.
That
Like,
was because I was hearing your sound everywhere, and I'm like, I want to experience that. That was with the, oh God, it was something about wearing what you want to wear.
yes, there was two. I only know it because I just listened to the episode and we talked about them. There was two sounds. The first one was if you're on a weight loss journey, use this
Yes.
audio.
Just
And
you
then
saying it, like, I'm so sorry, but it's like your voice and everything. It just brings all those
I
videos
know.
back.
And then the second one was if you look at this and you doesn't or if you don't think it looks good, that sounds like your problem.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like
Yes.
sass, calm down.
I loved those. Oh man. We should bring them
Yeah.
back.
Prime. Oh my God. Could you
Oh
imagine?
no. Can you imagine Reddit?
That was a dangerous time,
That
man.
was
People who have just found us
crazy.
now, like not COVID TikTok days, have no idea how ridiculous it was. Yeah, I ended up on Reddit and not in a good way. It was people that were like, you know, hardcore
Honestly,
hate that people.
I thought that I could cope with social media. But literally, the person that I was, where I'm like, I don't need therapy. I am in active therapy. And being on social media made me really realize that because, like, my emotions have always been all over the place, but they were everywhere since
Yeah,
starting on social media.
the social media is why did we do this?
Oh, yeah. But I mean,
Also,
I love the outcome, but like, I wouldn't know you. And like, there's so many positives, but there was
I
just
know there was
so
so much
much
negative.
to dig through to get to the positive.
Where I am now,
Oh.
it's just like negative stuff comes up. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Like it's just I've now learned that like you really aren't going to please everybody. So it's just one of those things where it's like I mean, you don't even have to pick and choose who you please. Like just be who you want to be and the people who want to be around you will be around you. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. I normally bypass the hate comments on my TikTok, but if they ever come up on Instagram, which I haven't had a video go viral in a while, on Instagram, it's really hard. And also I kind of just gave up on posting for like the podcast isn't the only thing that's been ignored for the last few months. Like my social
but
media has definitely been ignored. But I
you
was
started
doing
a
the
YouTube.
yes, I did. Yes.
We'll
But
get back to that.
I started the wall of shame, 24-hour wall of shame on Instagram where I take if they had a public profile, I would take
Yeah.
some of their photos and go, "Excuse me, Susan, like would you talk to your grandkids this way?" Like just she called
Oh
me a
my
fat cow or something.
gosh.
But then I decided, never mind, the 24-hour wall of shame can also be a highlight. So it is on my Instagram. There's not that many because it was all from that cucumber salad video. Just such stupid
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
get it.
YouTube. YouTube's
Yeah, you're on
hard.
YouTube now.
I've uploaded 3 videos so far. I haven't posted a video in a couple days, and I was going to start one today. I did. I did the unboxing of all of our protein powders that I ordered. Lisa and I were
Oh,
talking the other day.
yay!
Yeah, they came in. I'm so excited.
I'm so
Um,
excited for you. I feel like it's Christmas.
I'm gonna try the iced cappuccino protein powder in a coffee tomorrow and see what it's like.
Did you get the
Um,
caffeinated one?
I can't remember. I really can't remember.
Yeah.
I could get up
Let me
and
know.
check right now, but
No,
I'll update you guys next week. Uh,
maybe if we're here.
And we will be.
Oh, sorry.
I got pre-workout and I got the EAAs. I keep banging the table. My gym guy, Rems and I have hired a personal trainer for 12 sessions. This is like such a honestly much different way of things that I was like than I was 4 months ago. I had nothing to talk about. I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't thinking about protein. And it's like I've done a 180, which I am going to just clap for myself because I am really happy listening to Lisa just thrive. Like watching your progress and I'm like strength training does work. Okay, like it really does. Because I'm watching you do it and like the slow and steady. I'm very inspired by you.
Oh,
And
thank you.
so Rams and I got a personal trainer for 12 sessions. It was going to start tomorrow, but I actually have a lot to do around the house. So we are doing Tuesdays and Thursdays starting next week with the personal trainer, and we're going to try and go at least one other day per week with whatever he teaches us and try and do it on our own. And then after 12
Cool.
sessions is done, then we'll just like continue on with it, hopefully get up to like 4 days a week or whatever. Nutrition wise, like things are like we're just navigating right now. We got takeout last night. We got nori sushi. Oh my God, it's so good. Hello nori.
Mm.
Oh, it's delicious. Um, but
So you're the
we're
reason I'm craving sushi right now. Because literally out of nowhere this morning, I was like, damn, I could totally go for sushi.
um and yeah, like mental health is going good, but I started this by saying that I started YouTube. I don't know where I diverted into all of this, but that's what my YouTube's going to be about. Just longer form because on TikTok I was starting to post 3-minute videos where I was like explaining more things, but just TikTok always felt wrong to do that, but not wrong. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
It's more of a place where you just want to go and laugh a bit. And it's gotten so serious. Like, there's like a lot of stuff going on in the world, like, not to downplay any of that. I'm glad all that stuff's on social media. So it's bringing the world's attention to it. It just didn't feel like the place to really talk about this stuff anymore. And I love explaining things in bigger detail. So you can throw on it's like they're only like 5-minute videos right now, but you can throw it on in the background and hear me chatter about bullshit like you're doing now.
That's what I did. I listened to it while I was at the gym the other day. So, but I think on also TikTok has just become like our version of the preteen magazine. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like it's just there's so much garbage on there now.
And
You
the
know what I mean?
ads after
I know
videos, like
that's
right
what
when
I
you
was
want to
gonna
go to the
say.
comment section and then you click on it and it was an ad and you're like, damn it. And why are Canadians getting ads? You're not paying our Canadian content creators, so get those ads off our service.
Totally agree. And it's like at the bottom where it's like a prepaid thing, or like if people are posting a bet or a promoted video, or if people are posting about stuff that's on like the TikTok shop, but we don't have access to TikTok shop. So it's like, why am I even seeing this video? I can't buy the thing that they're talking about because I can't even get to the thing that they're talking about.
Mhm.
So it's yeah, I'm annoyed with TikTok to be honest. I do keep posting there because like it's really where I took off. So it's I do still post there, but I'm gonna say 75% of what I post on TikTok, I'm also posting on Instagram because it just seems more mature, I
Yeah.
guess you could say. My
Yeah.
FYP on Instagram is totally different than my FYP on TikTok because TikTok just gives me a whole bunch of garbage and Instagram is like, oh, are you into this book smut right now?
I don't know how to use any, like, I don't really navigate through Instagram much. I'm just on the homepage where I just see people I follow post. I don't go to the FYP in there. Um, and honestly, I'm just reposting TikToks right now because I like the
Mhm.
editing in TikTok because I just got so used to it.
Yeah, that's my thing too.
Yeah, and but the thing that I'm struggling with right now is that I want to primarily post to YouTube, so its own landscape that I'm filming, and it's like, how can I move this into portrait mode as well? And it's just really complicated. I don't know how other people do it. But maybe they have multiple cameras. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have 32 subscribers. Woo!
Yay! Brandon's
Um
one because I just watch everything on his account.
Love it. I'm sure Rams is too. Maybe my brother got all the family in there. Um, but I've been having support through it, which I want to just give a shout out because I know some of them listen to the podcast. That's very kind of you to have followed me. If you are interested, I'm going to plug it in. I don't care. I'm shameless.
Do it. It's our
It's
podcast.
capital V Van City, capital C Chris, and then capital WL. I just say the capitals because apparently if you don't put them in, it won't come up right away. Ram
Oh,
tried to search for it and he couldn't find it. But yeah, the WL is for weight loss, just because, I went very teeter-tottery in how I could discuss it on TikTok, because then you'd have people that are like, I'm just here for fun and I have whatever, and it's triggering, and it's like, I get it. And it's also, but like that just blocked me. And then now it's like, I just want to have a place where I've started it off that way and I'm going to continue like the little bits of extra lifestyle, like Rams and I are going out somewhere, I'm going for a hike. I'll still post that stuff on TikTok. But I think just the longer form and talking about more of my feelings might be over on YouTube. I don't know. It's so up
yeah.
in the air. Who knows if it's something I continue with, because it's really hard to film content. Uh, it really is hard. I'm
Yeah.
losing the time for it, but I honestly think depression has taken up a lot of my time and I didn't realize it. I started getting back into reading. I am taking over this podcast.
That's okay. Go for it.
Uh,
You had so much happen.
what is that book I'm reading? Crown thing?
Akatar, Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yes, thank you. I'm so sorry. I will always do that because I just can't remember the name. It's too long.
That's
But
okay.
it's such a good book so far. I'm having
I'm
such a
so
great
excited for
time.
you. Where are you at? Spoiler alerts.
God, I honestly don't know what chapter. I'll have to get my Kindle and find out. But I you know what? It's been a couple days since I read, so I don't want to say where I am because I can't really remember. That was the last thing I read. I always have to go back
Okay,
two
so
pages.
you know Tamlin?
Yes. She's living
Yes.
there.
Oh, and Lucian. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah,
you know
and
Lucian too.
they killed is it pronounced Bogey?
Like his
The fairy that
person.
like whispers to you and then you can't pay attention to it. Oh my
It's been
gosh,
like a
yeah, I
year since
really
I've
hope
read
people
this.
listen that it's spoilers. Anyway, when the first time her and Lucian went out, no, not Lucian.
Tamlin.
No, no, yeah, Lucian. When the first time her and Lucian went out to patrol, he was like, stay still, look forward, don't make any movements. And
Oh,
yeah.
right, right, right.
And then
Yes.
Tamerlane went out and destroyed him.
Yes.
I'm so sorry if you guys are getting spoilers. I know. I really like, maybe I'll cut this part out.
No, leave it in.
But
And come back now.
I
Oh, wait.
totally
I was
forgot.
going to
No, no,
say
don't,
something. More
don't.
spoilers.
But totally forgot that Lisa doesn't picture things, because we've talked about this in previous. I gotta stop hitting the table. In previous podcasts episodes. Oh my God, I can't get my words out properly. And I remember being shocked by it, but then like I guess I thought the same thing, like, oh, maybe I don't picture things. Like, if you say the number eight right now, I don't see the number eight. Like, I don't, that's not a thing. I can sense it.
Yeah.
And so I said to Lisa, like, well, how do you picture them? Because like I picture, and then she's like, I told you I don't picture things that way. And I was like, even when reading, like that's where my mind is blown. Like it's just like daydreaming essentially while reading.
Yeah, I don't daydream though either.
I want to know what it feels like, because I want to know if I'd be able to pay attention to the words better, because I will be picturing it and then I'm still reading technically, but the words aren't going into my head because now I'm making up my own movie of these people in my head. And then I'm like, oh, wait, that's not what's
That's
happening.
not what they're doing.
And then I go back to
When
reading.
you said the number eight, though, like what color did you think of with the number eight?
Blue.
Me
No
too.
way.
Yeah.
Like a light blue.
It was like a purple, yeah, but like a purpley blue that was light, like almost, I want to say periwinkle, but I'm thinking
That's
of
so
periwinkle from
funny.
Blue's Clues. Wow.
I love that that was just a totally normal question.
Because it wasn't, and I can't picture it, but it's just like the vibe. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I
Yeah.
can't see the number eight. I can't see that the eight is that purpley blue, but I get the vibe that that's what it would be.
Mhm. I hope other people answered when you asked.
Right? I know. I wouldn't be surprised if some people said green too. And now people who said green are like, what the fuck? But eight
Oh
is
my
just like that
gosh.
kind of number, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited about reading. So like I'm changing a lot of things, but also not because like I do still have some of the habits I would really love to break. And I don't think they're going to be an immediate break, but I'm slowly putting in the things that I want to add, and then I'll slowly take away the things I don't want anymore. Oh, so random though. The next time I go to the gym, I'm also getting Big Way Hot Pot because they just put one right across. Have you ever seen those TikToks where people are like, I'm gonna guess that it's this much, like it's a hot pot thing, and then they actually weigh it, and then it's either like way more than they thought it would be or like way less. Um, so it's that, but Rams isn't really like hot pot, and I'm like, but you can add only the things that you want, and then you pay by weight. So hopefully we go and do that because I love hot pot, but I also don't love everything that you get with it. But yeah, that's just
You're
across from the
totally a
gym.
hat person, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, I'm having a really greasy day, even though this looks like it needs to be chopped off because it's so huh, and no
No,
one
the
can see
hat's so
us.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah. She's just
Um,
wearing a ball cap, by the way.
I totally have that question that I want to ask you that I messaged you earlier, but I want
Yeah.
to hear about what you've been doing at the gym since we should definitely update both.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I don't even know. It's been how long since we've talked about stuff. So I don't know the last update that I gave, but I'm still going to the gym at 3 in the morning. I'm still doing weight training. I'm kind of a little mixed up all over the place right now with my weight training. Um, I have to rework my workouts and put it back in because like I'll let's say I have a workout that's like um I don't know, chest press. This is a bad setup because I'm just throwing random stuff out here. But like if I'm doing a chest press and leg press and something else. And then one day I'm like, I don't really feel like doing the leg press. So I'm just going to do squats instead to replace the leg press. And then I start doing that for a little while. And then I'm like, I don't really want to do chest press. So I'm just going to do an incline bench instead. So now my workout has just totally changed to what I originally had it as. And then at one point I now have a shuffle of a whole bunch of stuff that I don't really want to do.
Yeah.
So now I have to go in. So now I get to the gym and I'm like, what do I want to do? I don't know. I'm just going to do the stuff that I like. So now I'm just stuck in that limbo right now. So I really have to sit down and plan my workout. And it's like, this is what you need to do. And you need to stick to this for 4 to 6 weeks, and then you can change it again. So that's what I need to do for that. I haven't been running as much because I was having an issue with my hip. Did I talk about the 12-3-30 challenge on here? I know I talked a little bit about it on TikTok.
I'm not sure. When did you start talking about it?
I don't remember. So I'm going to this weight loss clinic and I'm technically done the weight loss clinic. I don't think I did because I think this happened in May or June.
Mm.
So on my second last appointment with the weight loss clinic, I was going to be done at this point because it's not covered by OHIP and it's not covered by my insurance. So I'm paying out of pocket for this clinic, right? And I was going to stop the program after this last session, this second last session. I was going to do my one more and then be done. And I've been seeing the same nurse the whole time. But on the second last one, I had to change my appointment last minute because I was sick. So now I'm seeing a new nurse. And oh, yes, this is when I had my panic on TikTok when I was like, I'm seeing this new nurse. And she
Oh,
was like, I feel like that you need to, I don't even know how to explain it now because it was so long ago and I've seen this nurse since then. But the day of, I just remember panicking. Like I walked in, she's like, what you've done is fantastic so far, but I think like you're in a bit of a plateau. So to break your plateau, like you can't eat after 7 o'clock. Let's do fat, like, but she worded it as fasting at that time. Like I know that's not what it was, but at the time she says like we're going to incorporate fasting and you have a gallbladder or you don't have a gallbladder, so you shouldn't be having fat. Like it was, oh, and then the challenge that I was talking about at the start of this, the 12-3-30, which is putting the treadmill at a 12 incline, go for 30 minutes at the pace of 3. And I was like, I'll try that. I can get to 2 minutes at 2.5
a
pace at the
12
incline of 12.
incline is like
Oh,
this.
yeah. It's like, it's steep. Like you're just going up a
That's
hill the
like
whole
walking up a
time.
New Westminster Hill.
So I started it and I'm like, dear God, this is not fun. This is not good. So I went back to her And I did, when I left the doctor's office, when she was telling me to do this, this, and this, I panicked because the last time I was told that it was like, you need to fast and you need to cut out this certain food group was back when I saw that doctor that I was with previously, like my old family doctor. And I just panicked. I was like, this is so much change. This is too much. Like, and I couldn't actually panic because my daughter was with me for this appointment for this time because we didn't have a sitter and she was with me. So I left the doctor's office and immediately went to Taco Bell because I was
Hmm.
like, this is too much. I can't do it. I feel like I'm failing now. So
Hmm.
I grabbed Taco Bell, went home, put my daughter down for a nap, ate the Taco Bell, and then panicked on TikTok. So then I let everything sink in a little bit and I was like, okay, I'm not actually fasting. It's just so that I stop eating after 7 o'clock at night. It's not actually giving up a food for a dietary reason. It's because I don't have a gallbladder and my body just can't process these things properly. And it's not just this, like, you know what I mean? Like, I really sat down and broke down what she was talking about and why she was saying it. It
Hmm.
wasn't just a, you need to do this to lose weight. It was, this is what's going on with you and why you should do these things.
Hmm.
But because the last time I was told something like this, it was just panic.
Yeah.
So calmed the fuck down and then processed all of that and then went back to her again 2 weeks later. And honestly, I'm looking back on it now from how I was feeling then to where I am now. I felt so good when I was doing all these things. And I think because I started doing these things as routine for some. So, like, for example, I've been making my breakfast sandwiches at home. It's an English muffin with egg whites. It's actually one egg and half, it's one egg and egg whites mixed. And then Brandon takes half of it and I take half of it. And
Nice.
then turkey bacon and no fat cheese. Like, I think I really started focusing on the no fat side of things with that. But then I was allowing myself to have fat every once in a while with some things. Like, we've been getting ice cream cones pretty regularly, I would say. And so I'm still having fat and now I'm leading up to what I was going to start talking about how I've just been stuck in this plateau since about like June, I want to say. The lowest I've seen on the scale is 293, but I keep bouncing between like 293 and 296 and I just kind of keep staying in there because like I focused so hard on it, got down to the 293, and then I've been a little lenient on it again. And I think it's because like I hit two huge milestones back to back. I hit 100 pounds lost, and then I hit under 300 pounds. So it's just like my brain is just like, I don't want to do this. Like, let's
Yeah.
just, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of just stuck in that limbo. But looking back on the advice that she originally told me back in June, I haven't been sticking to it. Like, I just had a PB&J like an hour ago, and that's 8 o'clock. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I know I haven't been sticking to it, but I think I've just been lenient in my head because, well, I'm under 300 pounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still have another 40 to 50 pounds I want to lose to get to a size 16. And that's what I know I want to reach for my goal right now. If I want to lose more than that later, then whatever, if I get there and that's what I decide. But right now, that's where in my head I feel I would be the healthiest. But I will say, my fatty liver has come back negative. It's no
Nice.
longer an issue.
That's amazing.
Um, my what were some other things that I had going on before? I'm trying to remember now. The only thing I'm still having an issue with is my cholesterol, and it's not even like off the charts. It's like it's so close, and I know
Hmm.
it's just a couple dietary changes that I need to make, but I just haven't been doing it. And I know it's because my brain is like, eh. But as I'm talking about it out loud and we're talking about things, I'm like, damn, like that really is that's a you thing. But I was also going to talk to her about increasing my saxenda because I've been like slowly getting the food noise back, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So, and I haven't increased my dose since probably January or February. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's where I'm at, period. I don't know what I was going to say after that. But that's where I'm at with that. Oh, and I started skipping at the gym,
Oh
not skipping
yeah.
the gym, but like skipping
Yeah.
jump rope. Because when I told her I absolutely hated the 12-3-30, she was like, I just want to get some more cardio in. And I know when I was talking about that on TikTok as well, people are like, you don't need to do cardio to lose weight, which is true, but cardio is for heart health. So, like, that is, I'm about the health side of all of it. So it makes sense for me to incorporate more cardio. You know what I mean? I don't find it as a negative thing to incorporate more cardio, but you do need to find what you like to do, because if you force yourself to do something you don't like, then you're not going to want to do it.
Yeah.
And I tried that incline walking challenge. I fucking hated it. I walked in and said, I'm not doing that anymore. So now I'm doing skipping. I did it for the first time on the weekend, but I fucked up because mom was like, the machine that she was using for her abs is broken.
Hmm.
So she was like, I need some ab workouts. So I showed her a couple ab workouts, and then I did my skipping. And that was on Sunday, and it is now Wednesday, and my abs still hurt
Oh
because I was
no.
showing her all those things and then jumped rope. So now I was like shaking my body, and it's just like, ugh. So I think, and I don't know, I like, you all know how I suck at challenges. I'm like, I'm going to do this challenge, and then I never do it. But for the month of August, I want to do 10 minutes of skipping every day.
Nice.
That is my goal. I am going to get one of those jump ropes, Renfo jump ropes, that are like, it's a weight at the end. It's not just a rope, so that if there's days that, like, if my knees hurt or my feet hurt and I can't completely lift my feet off the ground and just do like basically a calf raise, I can still do that and it'll still count towards my skipping. So I'm hoping to get one of those this weekend. But
Nice.
I don't know if I can use my own Renfo code, but I do have a Renfo code if anybody's wondering. Chris plugged her YouTube.
Yeah,
I'm
do
gonna
it.
plug my Renfo. It's on all my Linktree stuff if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, but you get a discount off of Renfo products. And they have a new scale. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like the ones we have now, but the way it works is, so it's the body scale, and you put your feet on it, and then it does like a little shock through one leg and down the other leg. And that's how the BM, or not BMI, the body fat percentage and all that is read on the scales that we have, right?
Hmm.
And it's not 100% accurate, but the scale that's at my clinic that I go to, you put your feet on the sensor and then you also put your hands on a sensor, so it does it through your whole body, not just your feet, because it does your feet and then estimates for your whole body on the Renfo scale. But the clinic that I go to, you do the hand sensors and you do the feet sensors, and it goes through your whole body. The new Renfo scale has a hand sensor.
Oh,
It's like a
nice.
little thing that like comes up on a cord, so you hold on to it, and then you also have your feet sensors, so it does do your whole body.
Huh.
I want it so bad.
How much is it? Do you know?
$200. I know.
You know, I actually just had that done at the gym. They have them.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So they gave
How was
us
it?
like this paper. And, well, I mean, they just told me I'm fat. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, you know, I have a piece of paper to fucking know that.
Did yours have the hand one too?
Yeah, it was like, well, it
Nice.
was these like handlebars that came out. You had to keep them away
Yeah.
from your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. You're doing great. I'm glad that you're done at the clinic now.
No, I decided to. So they had a program afterwards that was like their Beyond program, where it's like a quarter of the price.
Mm.
Um, and then it's only once a month instead of whatever it was. The program I was originally on went to like every other week to every 3 weeks to every 4 weeks kind of thing. And now it's just the every 4 weeks, like once a month I go in and I talk to this nurse now. And yeah, which I'm kind of glad I'm staying on it. I feel like I would be okay if I left it, but it's just one of those things where it's that added support that I never really had previously, and I feel like it helps. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and I do want to, as I said at the before, I do want to talk to her about upping my GLP-1 and see about that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's that's where that's at. I thought of something else that I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it is now. It's gone.
We're
We were
really good
talking.
at that.
Yeah, yeah. What were we just talking about before we said that? Talking about the gym. You had the scan. No, I don't know. I will say that my
Oh,
Renpho
how
at
much it
home scale,
cost?
no, it
Oh.
wasn't that. That's okay. I will say though that my Renpho scale at home, oh, that's what I was going to say. I'll come back to it. The Renpho scale at home is about 5% off compared to the full body one at my clinic. So like they are pretty close.
That's
Like,
good.
yeah. What I was going to say is I was looking at my stats from when I started to where I am now because I'm officially 113 pounds down. Which is in the first episode when we recorded, you asked how much weight are you down this year? And I said 15 pounds.
Hmm,
And today I get to say I'm down 113 pounds.
that's
What
incredible.
the fuck is that?
You're
So
amazing.
that's so crazy. So 113 pounds down. I also went from 78% body fat to 51% body fat.
Holy crap.
And I went from 12% muscle to 23% muscle.
Wow.
Isn't that
That's
crazy?
amazing. That's
I know.
amazing.
I'm so proud of myself on all of
I'm
those
proud of you.
things. So it's like, yeah, I'm on a plateau right now, but like overall, it's like to go from there to there, plus I'm a mom now, plus I go to the
Yeah.
gym all the time, plus yada yada yada. I, on my body scan, I wasn't dehydrated for the first time.
Wow.
I know. Like,
That's
who
awesome.
am I? So
Oh,
that's where I'm at.
I love it. Oh yeah.
You
Okay.
had a story you wanted to tell.
Yay. It was actually going to be an icebreaker because it's a what would you do? It is something that
Okay.
happened today, and I cannot get over it. Okay. Let's say you go into somewhere and you see
Okay.
something and it says this item is $15 and you're like, awesome, I'm going to get that item.
Okay.
And then you get it and they're like, actually that item's $30. And you're like,
Okay.
okay, but it said that it was 15. And they're like, oh, sorry, it wasn't priced correctly.
Mm-mm.
It's $30. What would you do?
Okay, so we live in different provinces, so I need to start with that. In fact, I do, I know exactly what I do because I worked in retail, and I don't know if this is a Canadian law or a provincial law, but for sure in Ontario at retail stores, if a product is marked at a lower price and being rung up at the higher price, they need to give it to you at the price plus $10 off
Oh,
at the
shoot.
lower price plus $10 off. And you finish, you tell your story, and then I actually have a story about this. So
Okay.
I push for that and
Okay.
have.
But so that is for retail. And thank you. And all Canadians, thank you. Um, this is at a restaurant. And let's say the price was on a sandwich board. And
Oh,
it said the sandwich is $5 or $15. But then they charge you $30 for it.
no, I don't want it.
Okay, but you've already eaten it and they've given it
Oh,
to you on
it's
your
like, so you're
bill.
at a restaurant, you've
Yeah,
eaten it. Yeah,
they've
I'd
already
probably ask for a manager.
okay, and then they say it's $30 and you go, but it's written at 15 and they say, what would you just
I'd
pay the
probably,
30?
man, I don't know. I feel like I would still push quite a bit because, like, that's technically the way the law sees it is it's like a binding contract at that point. I'm buying this because you're telling me it's at this cost. Like, not to totally, you know, be what they say is a Karen these days, but
Yeah.
you have told me that this is $15. I am buying this because it's $15. You served it to me because I thought it was $15. Otherwise, they could just mark up anything that they want at any price. Like,
Hmm.
it needs to be $15.
So me, Chris, I am officially
Hi,
slash
Chris.
unofficially banned from a major chain
uh,
restaurant. Apparently, I'm not banned now, the way that the story has gone. So,
What? I need, I,
yeah, listen to this. So, my mom and I'm bringing her to a doctor's appointment later. I'm like, let's go for lunch. So, we go down the street to this restaurant. It opens at
off
11.
the
We're
record,
there.
what was the restaurant? My God. Okay, go.
Oh, I gotta get through this though, laughing.
You got
So
this.
we go there. It opens at 11. We get there practically at 11. We walk in. There's one guy in front of us that got a to-go order, and then some other people walk behind us. We waited a bit. There was no server. We almost sat ourselves. It was just kind of like, that first morning, they're trying to set things up, right? There's a sandwich board in front of us on the till, and it's tiny, and it says daily specials, and there's all these things, and at the top it says steak sandwich, 8.99. The way it was written, it didn't look like anything was taken off of it, nothing. So you already know where the story's going.
Mm.
I think I'm getting a steak sandwich for 8.99. I'm expecting a small little steak sandwich, no side. It comes, it's a steak sandwich. It looks very presentable. It's really nice. It's got a Caesar salad with it. My mom orders a lunch. They have a $15 lunch menu. I'm giving up where this place is. Okay, they have a lunch. This place
I
has
think a
a,
lot of places have that type of menu though.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll just continue with it then. You get to pick um a main, a side, and a drink. Like for that price, that's great. On it, they had a clubhouse sandwich, which I would have loved, and I could get a Caesar salad and a drink. This, I'm just thinking of getting a steak sandwich for 8.99. The bill ends up coming. My mom got a pepperoni pizza with a side Caesar and a drink, an 8-inch pepperoni pizza for $15. Like, I think that's a great deal. The bill comes, it's $44. I'm like, I can do math. My steak sandwich rang up at 28.99. I'm telling you right now, I don't like steak sandwiches. I bought it because it was
Because it was eight
8.99.
ninety-nine.
So I go and I'm not irritated at this point. I think it's a mistake. I go up to the server and I'm like, "Oh, hey." I'm like, "I don't know if this was rung up right, but I was ordering that special that's on the board for 8.99." And she just kind of takes it from me and then walks away and is like, "I'll go check." Like, nothing wrong. I didn't like, it's just it was the kind of like a, oh, like confusing moment. I go sit
For the
down.
record, can I ask how old she was?
I don't know, like late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah. The server, the one that came after was probably in her early 30s, mid 30s.
Right.
So I go sit back down at the table, and then the server doesn't come back to me, but someone that says they're a manager is, and they're dressed like a server. Like they have the apron on with the pen and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's like, "Hi, I'm sorry." So she apologizes right off the bat. I understand that. She apologizes. She says, um, I think that someone has wiped off part of the menu board, and it is 28.99. I am so sorry about that. But yeah, it is 28.99. I can take $5 off. And I was like, no, I only bought that because I thought I was getting it for 8.99. And I'm like, I'm not paying that. And she's like, "In what world would you find a steak sandwich for 8.99?" And now I'm like, I'm actually starting to shake because my adrenaline's pumping. And as a lot of you know, I have a new diagnosed mental health condition that I understand now, that I think is the only reason why I didn't flip out, because I was aware that I could. And I was like, you can't. And so it immediately resulted in me starting to shake.
But
I
I'm not laughing
decided,
at you. It's just immediately in my head. It's like, in what world do you not check your signs to
yeah,
make sure your specials
no,
are
just
listed
wait, Lisa.
properly?
Um, and like honestly, because like it's really hard for me, like when I'm confronted and like someone that's in a position of customer service has an attitude like that and put the blame on me, like I want to get so Karen. Like I'm sorry, you guys know I don't normally use that word, but I'm trying to explain like how it could have gone. I started recording on my phone, and I have a 12-minute recording of it, and to prove that I didn't do anything wrong. So I said to her, or she said, "In what world?" And then I said, "It said it was 8.99. I believed it." And she's like, "And you didn't think to ask?" And I'm like, again, she not a victim blaming, I almost said. She's like putting the blame on me. And I'm like, I don't understand why you're blaming me for this right now. She's like, I didn't blame you. I said I was sorry. I said that a child probably wiped it off. I'm like, that's great. I understand like your reasoning for why it says 8.99 now, but then you're telling me that all these things that I should have done to verify if it was 8.99. And she's like, but where would you ever get a steak sandwich for 8.99? I get
Well, I
a
thought here.
yeah, and I was like, I'm um I'm like, I'm not paying that. I am paying 8.99. And she's like, if you don't pay your bill, I'm gonna treat it as a dine and dash. And my mom's just sitting there, and I'm like, thank God she's staying quiet. But
I
I'm
was
like,
just
it's
gonna
like,
say
I'm like, you need,
that.
but normally my mom would chirp in too and like be exactly like me. That's where I get it. Um, And so I am not leaving. I get up to go to the front. I'm like, I'm going to go look at the sign. The sign is now changed. It now says 28.99. And I say to her, I'm like, I took a picture of it actually when I came in. And she's like, that's how I know you're lying. And I said, what are you talking about? And she's like, why would you take a photo of it and not know that it's a good deal? I'm like, I took a photo of it to post it to social media to tell people where they could get a steak sandwich for under $10. That is exactly why I took that, not as a gotcha moment. I don't like steak sandwiches. Like, I need you to understand that I don't like it. But then she starts saying, where in the world? Then she
Oh
starts
my God.
saying, if we give every customer this for 8.99, we would lose business. I'm like, okay, great. And I'm like, but you can make the change for me because you've changed the sign now. So all your future customers are going to know it costs 28.99. I think it cost 8.99. So you're going to lose out on 20 bucks for one customer. That's all. And she, you know what? She kept repeating over and over and
It'd be
over
different
again.
if it's like a small,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like if it's like a you're in a deli or like it's just a small, but you know what I mean? But if you're in a chain place,
Yeah.
like,
I brought up to her, I'm like, you guys opened at 11. I came in at 11. This sign wasn't updated, obviously, since last night, then. This should have either been taken away or you guys should have updated it this morning. It again, there was no child in here because she kept saying that there's no child in here to remove the two. Unless the guy in front of me did it right after you guys opened, like I don't understand what's going on here. Um, she then said something else around the lines of where in the world would you get that? And I'm like, I need to tell you, I used to work at a Chili's restaurant. And she's like, oh, you're American? And I went, excuse me? And she's like, oh, so you're American. Like, and I'm like, I am not American. And she's like, well, I assumed, because you're talking about Chili's and like maybe you just don't know how it is here in Vancouver. And I was like, um, I worked at Chili's in Banff, Alberta, Canada. I'm like, that's besides the point. I'm like, but when people would see something and it's a certain price and it rings up different, we price match what it said and we change it for the next person. I'm like, I've done this job before, and all you keep doing is saying that it's my fault, that I should have done something. You should honor this price for me. She again keeps repeating that if we do this for every customer, I'm like, you don't have to do it for every customer. You've already rectified it by changing the price. You have to rectify it
yeah.
with
And
me.
literally, if she calls the police or whatever, it's like you're in the right here.
Yeah. And like I would have just paid it anyway because I'm just like over it at that point. But it was like the principle. And then you know what?
Well, in the way she's treating you, that
Yeah.
doesn't make you want to do any favors.
Yeah. And then she gosh, there was so much that happened. And then I made the customer the grocery store example. I said, if you're gonna walk, because like she wasn't listening to me, like if I played that recording of you, I was like, I just want to be able to talk. She's like, I've been listening to you for a long time now. Like I have other things to do, like kind of like that. And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. And then I said, oh God, it's like there's so much going on in my brain right now. I said, if you go into a grocery store and you see something there that's labeled for $15 and you get up to the cash register and they say it's actually 30 and you say, no, it's 15, they call over the thing and they do a price check. And then someone goes down there and they look and they'll tell you, hey, it actually has a price tag of 15. They change it then for the next customers, but they honor that price for the person up there at the till. That's always the way that it's been. That's false advertising for that customer. You change it for the next people. Do you like, because she kept saying that she was listening, but I'm like, you're
Oh,
listening
I
but
hate
you're
that.
not getting it. You're only like, you're stopped at your point of view and you're not listening to another perspective here. And it's like, that's what's frustrating me, because it's like, I would never have gotten a steak sandwich. And I told her, I'm like, I'd rather have bought the Clubhouse, honestly, for the $15. That's what I wanted. I'm like, but I saw that this was only $8.99, so I thought I could save my mom some money and I didn't have a big appetite. I ended up paying for it anyway. But she then says the same thing again. If I gave everyone for $8.99, blah, 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 we'd lose money. And then she goes, so I've just taken it off your bill. You can just pay for like my mom's portion. And I said, but now, because she kept saying she can't justify it to the other managers why she gave it for $8.99. I'm like, but now you've just made it free. Now you don't get any money. How is this making sense right now? Because now I'm like fucking baffled. I'm actually pissed she's giving it to me for free. I just want to pay the fuck. I just want to pay the $8.99, man. So
Oh
she
my
wipes it off
God.
the bill. She puts mom's stuff through, and then she gives me the thing. Like, because now we're actually talking, because I think she actually got it after I made the like the thing about the grocery stores and stuff. And then I said, I do want to apologize if halfway through that I missed, she said, I am wiping it off the bill, but you and anyone you know are no longer welcome here. You are banned. And I said, I'm sorry, what am I banned for? And she said, because you're being argumentative. And I said, I'm not being argumentative. I was fucking calm. And I'm like, everything that I said to you was out of utter confusion. I'm like, you're taking it as argumentative. I'm confused. I'm like, you're coming off abrupt to me by telling me where in the world, blah, blah, blah. I told her, do you know where had steak specials? Every small town I've ever been to. Yes, I get it. It's a small town and not a big city. I just thought, hey, to be quite honest, the steak tasted a little bit off. I thought your daily specials are to get rid of the old stuff that you want out. That's what specials are for. A $28 steak sandwich.
Yeah.
I would never have paid $28 for that. If you know what restaurant I'm talking about, never get it. It is not worth $28. It was worth $8.99. Um, I I'm paying for it, and she had bypassed it. She had taken it off the server's bill so she doesn't have to tip out, thinking I wasn't going to tip, and put it under like the host. If you've ever been a server, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But they put it under a different card where it doesn't matter if they get tips or not. I was like, where's the tip option? She's like, oh, I bypassed that because I didn't think you would want to. I'm like, it's not the server's fault. Like, she didn't do anything wrong in this situation. Of course, I'm going to tip her. I would like to be able to. Her demeanor changed after that. Because I even said, I'm like, knowing that she would have to tip out. And then that's when she told me, well, she wouldn't have to tip out. I put it like jargon that I would understand. And then I was like, that's great and all. But I'm like, again, it's not the server's fault. This was something that was done. Whether it was a kid that did it or not, you saw it said that, you would have to honor that for me. That's all I was trying to get at here. She then and I said, I'm sorry if I seem like I got my back up, whatever. Like I just said, she then apologized. She wanted to shake my hand and she gave me her name and everything. And I was just like, you know what? I'll just shake her hand, whatever. Like, I'm just done with this because she knew I was recording. And I'm like, I'm going to send this to frickin' corporate. But now at that point, I just said to her, I'm like, I don't plan on actually using anything for this video. It was actually because you were threatening the dine and dash that I thought the cops were going to get called and I needed to protect myself because I was just like, I don't know what the heck this was going on. Like, this escalated frickin' fast. And then she said, and you're not banned. Like it's
Oh
fine.
my
And I'm like,
God.
yeah, I'm like, to be quite honest, I don't think my mom and I will ever come back here. We
Yeah,
used to
don't
come here
blame
every
you.
Thursday and we probably won't. But yeah, thanks, whatever. The minute I got out into the car, I'm when I tell you I was sobbing, when I was sobbing, I couldn't contain the tears because of all that adrenaline. And my mom was trying to calm me down. And I'm like, Mom, you have to let me cry. Like,
Yeah.
just leave me alone. And I'm like, thank you so much for like just going to the car and stuff. Because if I had you there trying to like be snappy with me, like it would have made it so much worse. So
Hmm.
I got the boo-hoos out and then we went off to her appointment, but literally it's bugging me so much. My mom's like, you should really send that video to corporate because that was messed up. But then I also kind of feel at this point that like it got rectified. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't
Yeah.
rectified because I kind of feel like she's just trying to protect her job. But whether she's trying to protect her job or not, like that was insane.
I get very much like whenever I hear the stories like this, I instantly think of like the server stories on TikTok where people give the attitude to the customers on TikTok. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of people think that that's how things actually are in the real world and
Mhm.
how servers treat people when they don't think something is right in quotation marks. So it's like that's the vibe I'm getting. And I get that vibe a lot actually. It's I find it very hard to get good service these days of people not just ignoring you or not giving you attitude.
Yeah.
I
And
find.
like I'm gonna be 1,000% honest. I am normally on the customer service people's side in
Oh
anything. Like
yeah.
even if I don't know the story, I'm like that customer's probably being a bitch. And even in this situation, I was like, if I escalate right now, I'm the bitch. If I swear, if I do anything, I'm gonna be the bitch. Like I don't care if I'm being recorded because I felt like I was wronged. Like this is it.
Yep.
It's not even her fault. It's none of their fault. Like the board
Yep.
shouldn't have been out there. It shouldn't have been out there. It's just that it became your fault when you decided to say, I should have done things to make sure it was that price.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not your job.
oh my God. Anyway, let me know what you guys all think.
So I had a situation. This was when Harper was like still pretty young. I'll name the place. Mine was Walmart. So we're at Walmart and we needed to buy her a new snowsuit. And we found one and it was priced at $25. And I was like, okay, cool. So we went to the checkout and I scanned it and it was coming up at 50 something bucks. And I was like, the tag on this says $25. This says 50. We want it at this. And they were like, oh, you're going to have to take it over to customer service. We don't manage any of that. And I was like, okay. So I go over to customer service and I was like, hey, this is marked at $25. It's ringing in at 50. I would like it at the $15, please. And they're like, what $15? I'm like, well, legally, because it's doing this, you need to give it to me at this cost plus $10 off, not the cost of $50. And they were just like, I need to ask somebody about this first. So they go over to somebody and they come back to me and they're like, no, we can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do that? That's the law here, that you have to ring it in at this cost and $10. And for anybody who doesn't know, if it's under $10, you get the item for free. They can
What?
only give it to you at like if you have three of something in your cart, they can only give you one free and then the other two are at the lower cost. Um, but and you also can't go get more. Like it's like
Mhm.
an honor system type of thing, right?
How
So
how sure are you that this still exists?
I'm 100% sure because when I said this to the people at Walmart, and I was like, this is the policy. This is what you have to do. She went back to a manager now and came back to me and she's like, we're going to give it to you at the $50. My manager told you to read that sign over there. So she's like, here. And then I'm going to say maybe 12 feet over is the sign up on the wall. And it's like a big ass sign. Like it's like one of those big ones that you can see from the other side.
Mhm.
And on like big print right there, it says at the lower cost plus an additional $10 off if the item is on. So she's like, can you go read that sign over there? So I go over there and I was like, yes, right here. And I'm now yelling to her because she's 12 feet across. And I say, if an item is under the price of blah, 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 and said the policy that I just told you. So I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I go over to her and I'm like, I will take this at the $15, please. Thank you. She didn't say anything else. She rang it up at $15. And that's the story of how I got Harper's snowsuit for $15. And it was a $50 snowsuit.
That is awesome. I love that you were able to be like, yep, here it is in your own writing.
Yeah. The fact that they were like, I was told to tell you to read that sign. Okay, because you can't. I will read this for you. Like, maybe you should read the sign first
If they
before
have
coming at me
headsets,
with
I bet the
attitude.
manager just went over the headset, just give it to her at that price.
Right? Oh my God. They were
Oh my
probably like,
gosh.
fuck. Like, and it's like, what did you think the sign said for you to come over to me and give me that kind of attitude? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like,
I
anyways,
can, you know what? What a great first episode back. We all learned something if you're from Canada and you just found out how to
it's called.
get,
I'm gonna look it up so that you can, because I don't know if it's Ontario or if it's Canada.
oh,
And it's like I don't go looking for these things, but when it comes up, and honestly, the times that we're in, if it's there, I'm pushing for it. And I don't care if that makes me a Karen or
I
whatever.
wonder
Like,
if it isn't only an Ontario thing, given that I've never heard of it, but I could also just not be knowledgeable. Both are very real thoughts.
but I know it's like a retail thing because like I don't think they can do it at Costco because they're warehouse. Like they're not
Yeah.
retail. Um, if a product scans at a higher price than displayed, Canadian retail policies generally dictate that you are entitled to the lower price. Specifically, if an item is under $10, you may receive it for free. If it's over $10, you are entitled to a $10 discount on the corrected price, according to the Retail Council of Canada. It says,
Can
oh, corrected. So the one that it's priced at, not
can I just say, because I was one of these people,
the
everyone that
scanner
is
price accuracy code. That's what it's called. Sorry.
everyone that has ever been irritated when working in customer service when something won't scan and the customer's gone, I guess it's
Oh, I guess
free.
it's
We
free.
now know where
Yeah.
it's from. That is where it's from
Yeah.
because like back in the day they probably knew. They knew because there was less laws to know. And they didn't even wear seatbelts. So good to
Oh
know.
man.
Man, I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna start making sure things scan wrong.
Chris
Free,
Chris
free.
is gonna step up her Karen mode.
One time I
She
was in
wishes
Walmart.
she had this information 5 hours ago.
One time, yeah. One time when I was in Walmart, I got a jumpsuit for 99 cents and I freaked out and ran. Yes. I've seen
Paid
TikToks.
for this 99 cents and just ran out the door
I've
with
seen
it.
TikToks where like the staff have tried to stop the people leaving to be like, oh, that shouldn't have been ringing up at that price. And when I saw it ring up at 99 cents, I'm like, it's a mistake. So I paid and ran.
Oh my
I think I
god.
filmed a TikTok from the car being like,
The one thing that you have to watch with it though is like there's a difference between something being priced wrong and something on the shelf wrong. So like
yes, because that
if
customer put something back wrong.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
So if it has to be like the G tin on the so if it's a tag
yeah,
that's on it, the G tin has to match the price to the G tin of the product you're buying,
yeah.
or there's a sales sticker on the product.
Yeah, so many people misread those. Like I used to work in grocery stores and like they'd be like, "No, it's priced here." And it's like you are looking at the wrong tag and they're like, "Well, it's under it." And it's like, "But that tag doesn't say the item." Like it would be like Nivea and it would be like for Dove, and it's like it literally says
Yeah.
the different name. And I'm like, it's like we couldn't honor that. But you know what? I did work back then and we had never heard of those when things and like things would get rung up wrong all the time. So maybe we just all don't know the law.
Probably not. People didn't
Um,
really. I honored it whenever I saw it come up. I'd be like, "Oh, this just happened." But um that was just when I was at that was at the grocery store, but everywhere I'm trying to think about it. I never really worked retail anywhere else really.
Working actually at the grocery store is why when I read tags now, I'm always just looking at the UPC on it. I'm not even reading the description because, especially at
Yeah.
places like Superstore, they're all written super weird sometimes. And so I'll just be like,
Yeah.
what's the UPC?
What grocery stores did you work at?
Technically Superstore, but it was called Extra Foods back then.
Right. Do you remember the code for bananas?
4011.
4011.
Always. That's
Yuppers.
why I started working at Safeway in Banff at one point, and I was hired because all the codes are universal, so I still
Yep.
remembered a whole bunch of them. Like, isn't
Yep.
green onions 4069 or 68?
Oh man, I can't remember that one. To be honest, bananas is the one that like I know for sure. Um
Always. That's how you know someone's worked in a grocery store. You just ask them what the code for
you're
bananas
like
is.
bananas
Yeah.
4011.
It was the only one that because we actually had to take a written test to work at Extra Foods. This was what year would that have been? The year 2001, maybe? And yeah, it was a piece of paper and you had to write down what the codes were for each one. I was studying for like over a week, the codes. Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
goodness. I did when I was working at the grocery store, it was right when Ontario started selling. Well, it wasn't right, but like halfway through was when Ontario started selling beer. So I had to get my smart serve as well when I was working at the grocery store.
Wasn't that who is it now? Was that Doug Ford's or what he
Mm,
did? Yeah.
yeah,
We were
he's still here.
we were oh wait, where Rob Ford was the one before. Wasn't one of them was
It
the
was still
Buck-a-Beer.
Doug before, I believe. I
Who's
don't
the one that
remember.
passed away?
When? Now?
Rams, Doug Ford or Rob Ford now?
Doug's now.
It's Doug now?
Yeah.
And Rob's the one that he's the crackhead. Yeah. He's
Yes,
the
that's
Buccabeer
true.
guy. Did you watch the documentary about it?
No,
Yeah, there's one. You should watch it. It's on Netflix.
no. But I did, I texted you earlier. Did you see the documentary coming on Netflix that's for the Biggest Loser?
Yes, we should definitely watch that.
Yeah,
We'll do
and
an
talk about it
episode,
here.
like a little watch party. We'll tell everyone to do that.
Yes.
I actually am so excited to go read. I want to go get into that book more because I just want to talk to you more about it. I love that you were excited with me talking about it. And I'm like, oh, this is why books are fun. Yes.
I am in the middle of reading yeah, since we talked last, I have read Fourth Wing. I finished that series. I finished the Throne of Glass series. Um I finished Fourth Wing again. But I am now reading The Wolf King. The Wolf King is good. It's very smutty, like compared to these other books. I'm all about the I'm a strong, independent woman. And so far she's oh, I'm so innocent, help me. And it's just like, oh my God. So that's, it is what it is. But my friend and I did a trade. I'm reading the Wolf King series. There's three of them, but there's only two out. So I'm reading that in exchange for her reading Throne of Glass, which is like 8 books. So like I had the better end of the deal, but it's
Mhm.
very smutty. Like I'm like, I can't listen to this at work. There is way too much dick happening right now for me to listen to this at work.
Is the one that I'm reading supposed to be smut?
I don't categorize it as smut because there's like one, maybe two spicy chapters in it.
Oh, okay, because like someone asked me that at work. They're like, "Oh, are you reading smut?" Because I guess they're used to just a lot of women saying that. But I'm like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, I'm not that into really reading smut. Like, I have never really have. My whole go-to has always been true crime, documentary kind of
Yeah,
stuff. Uh, and it's so weird reading this and how much I've gotten into it. But then, okay, also, I don't say the title out loud, and my phone hasn't picked up on it. When you sent me something, my phone was telling me things. That's why I knew stuff about Tamerlane,
yeah,
and like I know that I need to be careful of my feelings towards them. Um, but I haven't seen anything else, so nothing's been spoiled for me. And so I'm really happy about that because if it's spoiled, my interest will go away.
yeah.
But already it's like maybe I would have read it differently going into it, not knowing that people should be regretting their tattoos of him. Um, and I really want to know
Uh,
why.
so yeah, like I would not categorize like I haven't read Crescent City, but any of SJM's books, who that's the author. She's done this one and the Throne of Glass series that I just finished. Both of those series, I would not categorize them as smut. I would say the last book of the one you're reading right now is borderline smut, but I wouldn't even count it as that. The book I'm reading right now, I feel like it could still be smuttier. Like there's girls out there who are all about the smut, you know what I mean? But this one, it's like you're constantly reminded that her nightgown is sheer. You're like a breeze goes by and her nipple gets hard. Like it's just there's
Mm,
always some kind of sexual undertone, like always that reminder that you should be turned on while reading this book type of thing. And that's why I categorize it as smut versus the
yeah.
books you're reading right now. It's like at some point you're gonna not you but at some point the main person is going to get turned on, maybe you'll be turned, I don't know, but like the main person will be turned on and
Don't tell me.
like that's about it, like you know what I mean,
Yeah,
but
no, I
like
get it.
this is like she is just constantly horny all the time,
Yeah,
you know
like
what I
right now
mean.
when I'm picturing Feyre, is that her name?
Yeah, Feyre,
Feyre.
yeah.
When I'm picturing her, like I'm picturing her in like brown, like overcoats and like tattered, but like
Hmm.
not now that she's where she is, but like I pictured her like, like the like leathery kind of material that you'd see from a long time ago that she would have been wearing to
Yeah.
keep herself warm. And then now it's like very like still fully covered up is how I'm seeing her in my head. But for anyone like if you don't want to listen to this, then don't. But I'm just gonna describe how I think of the characters real quick. I think that Tamlin would be best played by the guy that played the Beast from Beauty and the Beast,
Agreed.
the live one, but a
Agreed.
little bit more muscular, but definitely just like him. And
Hmm.
what's the other guy's name?
Lucian,
Lucian is such a Loki, and you can't convince me otherwise. It is Loki. And I don't even mean like
but
the
with red
person that
hair.
played Loki. I mean the actual like cartoon version where it's like he's like way thinner and like, but not really, because he is muscly, but like that lanky kind of body, but still with muscles, the lean muscle,
Yeah, I'm
not
picking
like
up what you're
bulky
laying
muscle,
down.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
a longer nose, but still like even though I'm picturing his body that way, like just like like super attractive face with like long luscious hair. But Feyre is like kind
Honestly,
of
I
really
picture
hard.
him as Elliot from Stardew Valley.
Elliot, oh no way.
What?
Interesting, interesting. But yeah, Feyre,
You
like
can't tell me Elliot isn't a Lucian. Like, come on.
I think that Feyre, it's like she's still not like fully like cleaned up, glammed up, you know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah,
at that point where like she's still just like would like to roll around in the mud type way, but she isn't like that. Like she would like to be treated more like in the feminine way.
more like a lady.
That's what I'm getting so far. But yeah. The way that I'm picturing all the other like fairies that come along and stuff, it's just I wish I could I wish I could take my imagination and plop it into you so you could see what I see.
Me too.
Uh, like the dad, oh, and the sisters,
Yeah.
definitely the stepsisters from Cinderella, but specifically the cartoon ones. That is exactly how I picture them.
Oh
It is
man.
almost like there's like little bits and pieces from like Disney kind of things
Yes,
up in
I
it.
honestly
It's
took
so Maleficent.
the first book of Akatar. I always found it to be like Beauty and the Beast meets like Hunger Games type of thing.
Mm.
So
And
good.
every time I picture them, it's like then I'll have the reminder that they're wearing masks, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then their masks go back on their face. I'm
It's
like,
like, oh yeah. Oh
yeah, I'm
man.
very into it. I love it. And hopefully next time that we talk, which I hope next week, we if not maybe in 2 weeks, don't get too excited. But I do take a lot of the blame. Honestly, my mental health went
We,
into the gutter.
to be fair, we did log on one day to record. We
Mhm.
both got on to the Zoom call and we literally both looked at each other and we're like, could we not?
Yeah,
Let's just not do this today. And it has nothing to do with you guys. It's honestly what Chris said. It's just there's just been so much going on and there's just so much happening mentally with the both of us that it was just like we just had to get back here. It just took
I will
some
say
processing.
I love that like when we told us as each other like to not be jealous or anything like there not that there was jealousy, but there's this little bit of when I was seeing everything that you were accomplishments, it was a little bit dragging me down where I kept saying to myself like why can't you do this? Like why
Mm,
can't you? You know, and it just made me realize more and more that I really had to prioritize my mental health. So that is what I've been doing. And it just it doesn't it is what it is, and I'm trying to get back on track. So hopefully, I'll have lots of positive things to talk about. Seriously, when we were going to record that one day, I was going to get on here and talk about really awful stuff. I told you like that I was, I was not in a good
yeah, we
place.
logged off and we both went to bed.
Yeah.
We're both like, let's just it's hard. And I'm like, I'm up at 3 in the morning. And then when I'm working, plus like I have swim lessons and the gym, it's just like I'm exhausted all the time.
Hmm.
So when Chris was like, I don't want to record, I was like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Before we sign off,
Yeah.
do you know who is a little bit where how we remember what timeline we're in right now? Do you know who Trisha Paytas is?
Yes.
Have you
Yeah, oh
heard the
yeah, I've
conspiracy of
seen
every
that.
time that she has a child, someone dies?
I've been seeing it. I haven't looked into it.
I
Like
think
I've
the
been seeing
Pope
it
did it
come
one
up,
for one of her
but
kids, and now it was like Ozzy, but then also like Theo from the Cosby Show died like 2 days ago. But did you see what she named her kid?
no.
Okay, so one of her ch
That's the thing I
children.
didn't
Okay,
see. I
okay.
kept seeing other things come up, but I didn't go down
If
that
you
route.
guys don't want to know, don't listen. I'm saying it. But her first child, I think, is Malibu Barbie, right?
Okay.
'Cause the next one is Elvis. It's a girl named Elvis. They wanted names of movies. And like they have like the movie posters and everything. And so this child needed to be named something like regarding like water, but still part of a movie. What do you think she named her child? People like you were even guessing like Titanic.
What, like, I instantly went Aquaman.
Yep.
Wait, no, that's not like it's not Aquaman.
Aquaman, Moses, something Patus. Yep. Or some Patus something. Yep. Yep. It's Aquaman. It's Aquaman.
It's not based off of Aquaman, it's Aquaman.
His name is Aquaman.
Why do we do this? Aquaman?
You know, she has the cutest we can all laugh. It is what it is, but she had the cutest video today. She uploaded a couple hours ago where she was explaining it. And you know what? Kudos to her. She was like, those people saying that he's gonna be bullied, like what world are you living in? And he can go by whatever. He can go by Aqua. He can go by his middle name Moses. It's like Malibu Barbie. People are not going to call her Malibu Barbie. They'll call her Mal or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, or Barbie. But like I get it, it's interesting. There's also a part of me that's like, maybe these aren't their official names and she's just
Right?
saying it's because she's in the line, like,
In
you know,
social
in
media.
social media and she doesn't want them to know their real names. But who knows? And you know what? If she decided, and she actually, you know what? I have a feeling it is because she even said if they want to change their name when they're older, they can change their name. She's like, it's not that big of a deal. She's like, I never liked the name Trisha and whatever, it is what it is. But when no one can believe it. Oh man. I wonder what oh, what's his name? The guy that played Aquaman. I wonder what he has to say about it. I wonder.
Jason,
Jason Momoa.
I always want to say mimosa, and it's not.
Anyway, that
Oh
was a great way to
man.
end the show.
Uh, I don't have words now. I'm gonna go to bed
I
because
love that you guessed Aquaman right away.
well, I thought it would be. I was guessing the movie like based off of Aquaman, not the actual name
A lot of people
Aquaman.
even guessed Jaws.
Oh my God. That would have been way better, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I would have loved Jaws. What's your name? Jaws. Like, come on. I call Harper Harpersaurus all the time, and she's like, I'm Harpersaurus. So, like, having a name that's like Jaws, like, come on. A 4-year-old running around saying, oh, what's your name? Jaws. That's so fucking cool. That's way better than being like Aquaman. Like, what the fuck? All right. It's I told my mom if I went to bed before 10 o'clock, I would go to the gym in the morning, and it is 10 to 10. So
All right, sign off.
yay. Bye.
Bye.